this ring, and they're gonna fight. But they don't have to tag out. If one of those competitors gets thrown out of the ring, then another competitor from the opposing team may come in and take over. Really, what more can I say then? They're gonna fight. So let's introduce our first team.
And here we have, coming out from the back, bursting through the curtains. We know what that song means. The Flocking Brawlers are making their entrance.
That's right, just one of the tag teams in this 4-team contest. The Flocking Brawlers, Casey Blackrose, Brandon Weiss.
Hell of a birthday present for Hybrid to celebrate their 9 years. And we're starting off with a fatal 4-way with Lucha rules. And here we have the Flocking Brawlers breaking the silence with their entrance.
That's right, the Flocking Brawlers, fan favorites here tonight, have run the gamut here in the Texas scene and American independent scene at this point. Not only have been all over the country working for the indies everywhere, maybe even a town near you fans. You may have seen them recently. Casey Blackrose, know he did some work with WWE recently when they came through the area. These two men on to big things in the future, have already accomplished a whole list of titles, of tag team wins here, and they're looking to add to that.
And the fans certainly behind them. Flocking Brawlers being chanted by everyone, but again, we have more to come. Oh, you know what that means? Oh my God.
That's right, you better stop dancing over there, Doc, with that kind of attitude.
No shimmying on this side of the table.
Well, it's fine, I'll make it up for you as we are waiting the entrance. I guess a school, I guess we could call them. We could call them, well, not a frenzy. It's a bunch of sharks. Doc, you're the teacher here. You're supposed to help me out. Good Lord. Now, the Texas Treats are going to be coming out here. Of course, we know them very well, Doc.
These sharks need to go back to shallow waters. Oh my gosh. And J-Wave heralding the entrance of these guys. Good Lord. They're not very shy to sport their gold, to sport their wares, to sport their t-shirts.
Be shy? Why would they be shy? Well, first of all, I don't think shy is a word anybody would use to describe Don Juan, but why would you be shy if you're a member of the Texas Treats? You're a winner if you're part of the Texas Treats. You're used to victory if you're part of the Texas Treats. You are used to carrying around gold like the River City Wrestling International Championship that Diego Rene has. And Doc, they may pick up even more here tonight if they can walk out of here with those hybrid tag team titles.
We will have to see, because actions do speak louder than words, and right here we have the perfect place for that. Let's see if they can put up or shut up at this point.
Diego Rene going out to the crowd. There you go, show it off to him. You got to let the fans know exactly who's in charge, showing off the River City Wrestling International Championship to those fans lucky enough to be in the immediate vicinity. That's right, luck to be in the presence of greatness, to be in the presence of winners like the Texas Treats. That's right, Doc, excuse you.
Well, that's some big words. We're going to have to see if they can live up to that. Oh, and the announcer's in on it. Good Lord. We can't give more to these guys.
He's just calling it like he sees it, Doc. I'm not going to fault the man for being truthful.
What are they saying? Oh, you're the worst.
No, that's not it. That's not it. I don't know what they're saying, but I know that's not it.
That was clear as day.
Well, clearly not if I couldn't hear it.
Oh, my goodness. Clean out your ears. He's a Q-tip. Oh, my goodness.
There
Look
you
at
go.
Don Juan not taking too much time to make sure he continues his verbal assault to the audience. Look, he's sitting there pointing aggressively at people. Now we have another pair coming out in this fatal four-way.
That's right. Team number 3 about to make their entrance into the hybrid arena. Jay Young and Eric Walker.
Now these guys have been a work in progress. They have been working very hard in making sure that they're cohesive, working hard to make sure that they understand each other, what they're thinking, what they're going through. They have been working on making sure people respect them as a tag team. We're going to have to see whether their work has been fruitful.
I mean, you can talk about working. Respect is earned, Doc, and that right there is exactly where you earn it, between those ropes on that canvas. If Jay Young and Eric Walker want that respect, they're going to have to do the same thing as everyone else. Go out there and earn it.
You can start dancing now, Mike, because we know who's coming out, the fashionable pair, the stylish pair.
No, I'm all danced out. I don't know if I have any more in me.
Well, they gave you your fashion tips tonight. Living in Fashion are coming out next.
Pick your jaw up off the floor. Calm down over there, lady.
They're looking cute. They're looking unique. They have a lot of nerve and lots of talent. I don't understand why you're hating on them so much.
I'm not hating on them at all. Hey, Zakai Living, Devin Carter, living in fashion. Excuse me. They almost got on me on that earlier.
Oh.
The hybrid tag team champions. Look, regardless of how you feel about them, you can't argue with success.
That's right.
They are the tag team champions here at Hybrid for a very good reason. All of this is lighthearted playing with the crowd. Oh, hold on. Misfire.
Ooh,
Misfire.
well,
Man down.
Enjoy it. I know you wanted to be in that flurry of confetti. This is a celebration.
Hopefully the match goes a little bit better for Devin Carter than the entrance did right there. But nonetheless, these two guys living in fashion. I would not fault anybody for picking them as your favorites to go into the match, assuming Devin Carter is not injured after that. That's right, Floyd Curl, get in there, clean that mess up.
The show must go on, and everybody's going to get the ring cleaned up, get prepared. We're going to get back into it. Eric Walker, Jay Young, assessing the situation, looking at their opponents. They're trying to figure out whether or not they can start with the treats or if they're going to start with living in fashion. The Brawlers on the other side, they're checking everything out as well. They're trying to figure out who they're going to get into first. Meanwhile, Diego Rene is sharing with everyone a view of his championship.
And usually this discussion happens very quickly in a tag team match, whoever's going to start it off. But the fact that this is a 4-team match, you're under this Lucha Libre rules.
Yeah.
Whole different dimension to this type of match, to where even something as simple as like who is starting off for your team is a whole different aspect to this game that you've got to think about.
Well, for the folks at home, what are Lucha rules? We're going to have to reiterate before we start the match so we understand what's going on.
Well, I believe Armani Sage described all that before the match here, Doc, but For the fans at home, if you were not aware of it, one person will start this out for two of the teams. Looks like that might be Living in Fashion, maybe Zakai Living, Casey Blackrose.
Texas Treats already calling they are the #1 contenders.
Yeah, I apologize. I was looking to see what the Texas Treats were going to do. Perhaps they picked their bid to represent them. There we go. Zakai Living, Casey Blackrose starting us off. Now, fans, as I was saying, under Lucha Libre rules, any two of these men can tag any other member of the team. Well, Zakai Living does not have to tag Devin Carter. Casey Blackrose does not have to tag Brandon Weiss. Anybody can be tagged and become legal at any point in time. But now Zakai Living, Casey Blackrose starting us off. Casey Blackrose maintaining that wrist lock, but the athleticism of Zakai Living allowing him to just cartwheel out of it into a reversal and a wrist lock of his own.
Casey Blackrose already using the ropes to his advantage, was able to make sure he can get himself out of that hole and put Zakai into another. Both arms now in a position that is not comfortable for Zakai. Zakai now being pushed over the leg of Casey Blackrose.
That's right, a test of strength from Casey Blackrose. Zakai Living trying to flip him over, but just too close to the ropes. Brings him back up into a Hurricane Rana. Casey Blackrose goes over. Zakai Living one more time to the Hurricane Rana. If you're Living in Fashion, this is exactly how you wanted to start off the match. One more time. Casey Blackrose sent for the ride.
And we have Eric Walker now tagged in. Oh.
Up and over, Eric Walker goes the monkey flip by Zakai Living. Just eats the boot for his trouble. Eric Walker now flipping over, but Zakai Living going into the sunset flip, and again, Eric Walker springboard off the bottom rope into the crossbody. Zakai Living rolling out. In comes Brandon Weiss. Again, fans, as soon as somebody's out of the ring, any member of the other opposing team can jump right in, and they are the legal man. Brandon Weiss, Eric Walker right now, putting on an athletic display like we haven't seen.
Now, going up against Eric Walker can be tricky business because he is known to be very unpredictable, but then again, that's what I was going to just say, that the Flamingo King can be unpredictable as well.
And unpredictability is only going to work in your favor in a chaotic environment like this. Jay Young coming in for his teammates. Picking up Brandon Weiss for the suplex. Up and over goes the Flamingo King. Jay Young with the big elbow.
Jay Young now the legal person in the ring and rolling out. Coming back in, we have Devin Carter. Ooh, taking a knee to the face. Jay Young really shaking it off.
And a cartwheel blockbuster from the canvas. First time I've seen a maneuver like that, but Devin Carter always looking for some innovative offense. Don Juan, however, going with what works. Just driving his head in that turnbuckle. And the diving leg lariat from Diego Rene. The Mako coming in from the top.
Mako Shark now in with his partner. Now we have a feeding frenzy with the backbreaker trying to alleviate the situation.
And Casey Blackrose, to his credit, doing just that. Up and down goes Don Juan. Diego Rene going for the ride, and again, just Casey Blackrose, the backbreaker senton combination to the Texas Treats. Zakai Living now.
Is he trying to make a deal with him? No. They're doing they're tag teaming with each other, and they went up against Don Juan, who was stuck in the corner.
Into the power slam from Casey Blackrose, Doc. I think this is a situation where the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but that only goes so far. The missile drop kick from the Chaotic Heart, Eric Walker. One more time, catches him, the rebound lariat, inside out goes Zakai Living. Brandon Weiss with the stomp.
And this is a very chaotic environment because at any time, anybody can come in and just wail on the opponent in the ring at the time. Right now, the Flamingo King checking out whether he needs to go fist to fist with Eric Walker, but takes Devin Carter to separate the two when he comes back in from the top turnbuckle.
Double blockbuster from the fashionista Devin Carter. Living in Fashion, firmly in control now. In comes Jay Young, getting in on the action, jumping bulldog. Down goes Brandon Weiss.
Takes a split for good measure from Flamingo King, but Jay pushes him off.
And
they're not going to let each other get it.
This is exactly what we were saying earlier, Doc. That teamwork only goes so far in an environment like this. Devin Carter, Jay Young happy to take it to Brandon Weiss, but each of these men wants to pick up the victory, and there's only one way you get that. By beating the other man into submission. Jay Young trying to do just that right now, slinging Devin Carter across the ring into the ropes. But the Texas Treats.
Up to their no good tricks.
Calm down, Doc. No good tricks. Smart tag team wrestling is what you're seeing from the Texas Treats. These are two men that are on the same page. And into a backdrop neck breaker combination like an original Dudley device from the Texas Treats. J-Wave getting in on the excitement now.
J-Wave, what? Now it's breaking down. Now Floyd Curl needs to take control of the situation because the Texas Treats know how to take this opportunity against anyone and use it to their advancement.
Well, Doc, I think this opportunity is about to fade away very quickly for the Texas Treats. All the teams now clubbing on these three men. J-Wave not even safe from the action.
That's what happens when you get too many big dogs, big egos in the same ring. You're going to get chewed up and spit out.
J-Wave's, I think he's having that same realization right now, Doc, in a bad, bad way. He's in unfriendly waters. Just taking all these chops and big shots from everybody involved. J-Wave down and out. He might need an actual ambulance after that, but all of these teams now, again, not taking any time, getting right back at it. This is still on. Only one team is going to emerge the victor. Casey Blackrose firing off on Zakai Living, Devin Carter, and Eric Walker going at it on the outside. The Flocking Brawlers both.
Oh, what's going on with the Brawlers? They seem to be having a disagreement.
I don't think it's a disagreement, Doc. I think they're just a little too hyped for their own good.
What?
A combination. Casey Blackrose just powerbombed Brandon Weiss, his tag team partner, onto everybody else. Zakai Living coming in with the drop kick. It is chaos, Doc.
And Zakai Living celebrating. He's in the middle of the ring. What's he gonna do? He's jumping over the top rope.
Diving crossbody. Zakai Living goes to the outside. All men down. Jay Young. All eyes on you, my friend. He's shrugging.
He's putting a hat on. He seems to be copying what Zakai's doing. He's running over the top rope and he jumps into the crowd right on top of the other wrestlers.
Fans, we say it all the time. If you're in the front row in these hybrid shows, you got to keep your head on a swivel. People will wind up literally in your lap. Every member on the outside taking it to each other, just clubbing shots to everything that moves. Zakai Living, Don Juan working their way back in the ring. Floyd Curl looks like he doesn't know what to do with everything going on.
Devin Carter took a steel pole to the face. Diego Renee stomping on Devin still, and in the ring we have Zakai Living going after. Oh, it tried to. We had Devin Carter on the outside, but right now inside we have the Texas Treats holding up Zakai Living. What are they planning? They're twirling him around. Looks like Zakai's in a precarious situation.
Very precarious. There it is. Telling them they're the best. Showing Zakai they're the best. A double suplex.
Diego Renee now is trying to see if he can go for it. Can he hold him down? Zakai still in the game. He's ready to go. Manages to pop right back up. Every man on their corner. They're all now watching as Diego Renee is torturing Zakai.
Diego Renee earning that nickname of the Mako, just willing to just take the fight to his opponents, take entire chunks out of him if he can with those big, big chops like that to Zakai Living, bringing him over to the Texas Treats corner. Don Juan all too happy to hold Zakai in the corner.
Zakai Living at least getting a couple of seconds to breathe. The Megalodon going for it, practically taking off his head.
Looks amazing in that hat. He dare not take that off.
Amazing.
You just don't know fashion, Doc. It's okay. Don Juan locking in that rear chin lock on Zakai Living, just trying to wear the man down after just that flurry of offense and the absolute carnage we've seen thus far. These fans trying to get behind him, trying to get Zakai Living out of Don Juan's clutches, but Don Juan just slamming him down to the mat.
Zakai Living showing definite agonizing pain on his face. He's holding his head. Don Juan really not giving any cares to it. He picks him right back up, throws him back into his corner. It's a dangerous place. Diego now tagged in after a big old chop to the chest. Diego climbing the ropes. What's he biting?
No, he's I don't know. I didn't see it. The camera went out. I didn't get to see what happened.
That was a big old chop to the head from Diego Renee.
Cannot believe you would cast those aspirations on Diego Renee. That is your River City Wrestling International champion. Have some respect.
seemed a little too hungry at this point now. A chin lock to Zakai Living. Diego Rene just gleefully laughing as he stares out into the crowd.
Well, hey, listen, Doc. I mean, first of all, I didn't see that, but let's say hypothetically, if that is what happened, you're in there with the Sharks, okay? You are in there. You just might get a chunk taken out of you. Diego, unfortunately, finding that out as Zakai manages to reverse, driving the Marauder's face directly down to the mat. Don Juan trying to get Diego to the corner, make the tag. Devin Carter doing the same, trying to get the crowd and everybody here behind Zakai Living, but he is a long way away.
But at least he has options at this point. Every corner has an option for him to reach for. He just has to push through and reach for it. Diego Rene getting his tag, and now Zakai tagging in Devin.
Zakai Living making the tag. Devin Carter comes in, takes down Don Juan, loses the hat. Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh God!
Takes it into the hat. Don Juan really trying to figure out what to do. He's back on his feet, but somehow he's going to have to figure out how to get out of that.
Only manages to eat defeat.
Devin Carter fired up. Jay Young back in the ring. Can he survive? Oh!
Doing a little bit more than surviving. Jay Young is thriving, taking out the Flocking Brawlers. Up and over goes Devin Carter. Eric Walker now just the spinning, twisting splash from the outside. The Flocking Brawlers barely managing to get in, break it up in time.
The babyface backbreaker back in. He's giving it to Jay Young, and unfortunately Jay Young is taking it from both the Flocking Brawlers.
Just the double knees from the Flocking Brawlers. Pop-up powerbomb position.
Uh-oh. Here comes, he's taking flight, the Flamingo King.
Up and down, good night, Eric Walker. Is that gonna be enough? Don Juan, no, manages to get past Brandon Weiss, break up the pin.
Diego Rene going after the Flamingo King. Casey Blackrose in a bad position whenever the Treats are both in the ring. They send them to one side. Diego Rene takes a boot to his gut, and the Texas Treats just have their way with him.
This is the experience that we were talking about earlier, Dr. Texas Treats functioning like a well-oiled machine. The feeding frenzy has begun.
They seem to know how to pick apart their prey.
A frog splash from Diego Rene.
A save from Zakai Living. Uh-oh, Devin Carter's got
he's got him up in the Corey special. Zakai Living takes him in with a Bulldog combination. Down goes Don Juan.
Zakai pushes out Casey Blackrose. Texas Treats now on the receiving end of a lot of abuse from the Living and Fashion team.
The receiving end of a lot of abuse. I'm glad you're recognizing it for what it is. Good Lord. Speaking of abuse, Devin Carter may have been knocked out, sent into the second rope. Zakai Living getting dropped directly on his head with that brain buster from Jay Young. You want to talk about somebody's intensity in this match? Jay Young has been bringing it to the table.
That's right. There's a lot of pain being dealt out to every single person in this match. Now Jay Young is the only man standing currently, pulling in Zakai by the hair. Going to try to get a 3 count. Can he do it? Not quite.
It's all legal, but Jay Young just unable to keep the man down. Zakai Living proving why he is one half of the hybrid tag team champions. That tenacity, that never say die attitude has served him well thus far and still is as he fires back against Jay Young.
All these men putting in the work. They're going to see if they can continue and perhaps slide through, get the W. Living in Fashion, suplex into Jay Young, and now Jay Young struggling to breathe. Zakai Living is not able to keep him down. Flip Brandon Weiss back in. Casey Blackrose steps out. And he's going after Jay Young. Jay Young still struggling to get back up. Brandon Weiss now taking the opportunity to stop all over Jay Young.
Brandon Weiss using every bit of momentum he can muster, bouncing off that second rope to deliver the double stop, but Devin Carter hitting the unprettier to Brandon Weiss.
Is that going to be enough? Here comes Eric Walker.
Eric Walker with some offense of his own, coming off the second rope with that knee to Devin Carter, but Diego Rene in now, has him hooked.
Oh!
Dropping Eric Walker directly on his dome. Out goes the Chaotic Heart, but Casey Blackrose has the Mako up. Oh! calling the babyface backbreaker for nothing, but Don Juan spiking him with that DDT.
Here comes Zakai Living.
Oh, snapmare driver. Down goes the Megalodon.
Zakai, the only man in the ring now. What's he gonna do? He's waiting for his opponent. He's asking for more.
Zakai Living ready to go, asking who is next, proving why he is one of the champions. Jay Young happy to oblige, coming in, and these two men just trading heavy blows back and forth.
Each man. Jay Young's got him. Ooh! Living in fashion now together again in the ring. Oh no, this is.
Oh! Fashion statement!
Oh! An undeniable statement at that exclamation point. Moving on to the next.
Absolutely, Living in Fashion proving again, like we said throughout the match, why they are the Hybrid Tag Team Champions. Absolute insanity in that match from the beginning to the very end. The pedal was to the metal. Hats off to all four of these teams, but Zakai Living, Devin Carter, Living in Fashion, still your Hybrid Tag Team Champions.
So far, they have proven to be the best. They have been undefeated with those championships. Devin Carter sporting both around one arm.
That's right, Devin Carter, also the Hybrid Rising Star champion, a team that is decked out in gold. The Texas Streets not happy about the verdict, to say the least, as we hear Don Juan voicing his displeasure in the background, but it doesn't change anything. There are your victors, Living in Fashion. And fans, don't go anywhere. Your main event is next. The Crown treats Chris Marvel and Chase Owens versus the team of Animo and Samurai Del Sol. Don't go anywhere.
Uh-oh.
That's mine!
Oh. There's some shouting going on.
I think somebody tried to keep Diego Renee's flag.
Crowd very proud of the flocking brawlers as they make their way out to recover. You see that gesture? Casey's calling his shot. He's looking for some gold of his own.
That's right. You may not have heard what he said, but there's no mistaking what Casey Blackwood's intentions are. That is to come back after what he believes are his and Brandon Vice's, those tag team championships. I got to think Jay Young, Eric Walker, they want to find themselves back in the hunt too. I think this is far from over, Doc.